I've been watching this guy, Smokin' Joe Trainer, and seems to be a really good guy, soldier, um, very, very popular. And I'm wondering whether he's a traitor or not. Um, I personally think he's a good guy, just lost and looking for answers, but constantly rejects the answers he's looking for. That's what we do. We block the solutions. Now, here is uh, what makes me question the direction he's going into. And it's sort of like, understand evil. And all of these military people, these elites, all of them. He seems to be one of them. And the latest video, since Japan, haven't seen anything posted since that, except for this one that was posted, and he's headed towards Arkansas. And he put a link for everybody else to watch. And I'll post it below. It's a series of this guy that is letting everybody know the deep dark secrets of government, and government can see things before they even happen, and they know shit's about to hit the fan, and all of these military people, very wealthy people, anybody that's in the know of what's going on are headed towards Arkansas. And that's where Joe is headed. So Joe is headed towards all of the people that know exactly what's going on. And all of these people are the people that are creating all of the problems that are going on. They know what's out in space. They're not letting anybody else know. They're keeping that little secret to themselves. Same with Joe. Seems to be knowing an awful lot of information before it happens. Why is that? Because these are the people that are creating all of it. So it's like Joe's going with, if he's a good guy, why would a good person want to hang with so many evil people? Like, if the whole world's destroyed, you want to survive with all of the evil people in the world and think that they're not going to influence you? Do you think that you're not going to be part of the new evil? That, like, if I was in a room with 20 of the most evil people on the planet that actually destroyed the planet, and I was the only good guy with all of these people, do you think I'd want to be with them? That would be the last room I'd want to be in. What would they do to me? I would either have to be one of them to fit in and do as them, or else how can one person fight, all of these evil people by themselves? So I'm kind of questioning who this guy is. And when you listen to this video link that I put below, this is a guy that's saying, oh, they all know ahead of time. They know that the ocean currents are changing and the wind currents are changing. They're creating it. They know it ahead of time because they're actually creating it. And yeah, they are very disconnected, and this guy's telling you that one person doesn't know everything. They just know the tunnel vision of their mission, because if you disjoint everybody and get everybody doing something completely different, it's like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. They're all friggin' creating hell, and they don't know they're creating hell. They just know they know something. And patterns within patterns, that whatever's happening in that universal world, they are creating as well. The world is a hell of a lot more dynamic than you think it is. We always perceive that our problems are something that's being done to us, but it's actually a karma. What you put out into the world is what's going to come back at you. So universally, that is what's going on as well. Whatever we as humanity are putting out, the bigness of ourselves that are going out into the universal world are definitely coming back in. And these people know it. These people know that they've been putting a hell of a lot of shit, negative energy out in the universal world, and it's about to come back. And they think that they're going to protect themselves, which they probably will, because they're creating all of it, and they want to be the ones that survive it. And, evil always wins. Evil is always stronger. But evil's only stronger as long as evil's the only one that knows the information. And so, you know, it's hidden in plain sight is how they always work. And so this guy made this 12-part video to hide things in plain sight. And it's like, they're offering obsolete problem-solving tools. So it's like, I wouldn't even want to survive with these people that have such obsolete tools. It's like they will perpetuate evil constantly. And it's like, you can't kill evil. You have to transform evil. And they don't know how to do that yet. They don't know how to solve problems. They don't know how to cure illnesses. They don't know how to solve any freaking problem. All they know how to do is create problems, and yet they think they're in the know. So I'm questioning, really, who is Smokin' Joe? Is he a traitor? Is he one of the bad guys? Or is he simply not knowing what he's doing out of ignorance? He doesn't want to face his own demons. And so, watch the series. I also would like to say that, you know, I shared in my last video how to transform problems into solutions, this tool that is extremely valuable. Lots of times you won't comprehend something until you actually know of the possibility. If you are truly believing in a lie will be your hard drive. It will be your DNA that creates your reality. So you got to change your belief. You got to change your DNA, your rules, your hard drive that creates the program that you experience all the time. So let me put a little suggestion in there that health is not what you think it is. And how I ended up knowing this was I never got a cold or a flu. I had 4 kids. They belonged to a school system. They would get sick. I had lots of flus, lots of colds come into my house. I did get colds and flus until it got a little busy. And every time I got sick, my ex-husband got sicker. Or he was my husband at the time. So it was like, how the hell can I get sick if you're going to get sicker, and who the hell is looking after the kids? You know, like, can I not have permission to get sick and take some time off and you care for me? No, it was like this guy, you can almost see it. It was fake. You know, have a cold but not even cough. You know, have a flu and yet not even have a fever or anything, but just lie in bed and say you have a flu. I mean, some of the times he got sick were so friggin' obvious that he was faking it, and he always did it every single time I got sick. And I was caught in the problem, because it was like, you know, as soon as you notice it and start offending people by calling them on it, then it's a fight, and it's like, I'm too sick to fight with anybody. Then I noticed that I just never got sick anymore. And no matter what, I never got a cold or a flu. And it was because I was too busy. And then I noticed that mothers never get sick. Generally speaking, mothers don't get sick because they don't have time to get sick. Things need to get done. Rent needs to be paid. Food needs to be cooked. You know, things need to be cleaned. People need your attention. And you just don't have the time to get sick. So then I thought, maybe there's something to that. And maybe it's just a will not to get sick. And then I started noticing that when you get sick, what is it that you usually do? Well, you pamper yourself. There's a stressor in your universe that you need a break from. So you develop a cold, you develop a flu, you develop symptoms that justify you being sick, when actual, all you needed was a break. You know, so that's what I kind of noticed, and I don't get sick. It's been, like, people have tried to test me on that. I've drank out of cups of people that were deadly sick from flus, like hospitalized sometimes, and, you know, they said, prove it, so they'd drink out of the cup, and I'd drink out of it, and I would never, ever get sick. Never got a cold or a flu. And it's like 15 years. I've had two colds in like 15 years, and I really needed a break in those 2 times that I got a cold. It was in my face. It was like, why don't you just relax? but I needed to justify to the universe, no, I'm really sick, because I needed, just to relax. It was high, high, high tension, high stress. It was like at the peak. And, people were telling me to relax, but I couldn't. I had to fight this. And so it was like the universe telling me, you need to relax. You need to really take a step back. So I really try to keep in touch with myself when I need time for a break. And I just still don't ever get a cold. I mean, that's pretty ironic, out of 15 years to only have 2 colds. Not even a flu. So, noticing that this tool that I've shared in my last video on how to transform problems into solutions, I guess the video was how I offend people, that is, the world is a lot more dynamic than you think it is. Most of the world is suggestion, and it is like this video that, put it out in plain sight. As soon as they put the word poison on it, subliminal, you don't even have to read it. As long as somebody says this is toxic to you, this will kill you, it makes the suggestion in the mind that it's not good for you, and just knowing that it's not good for you will create the illness. But you can create like a force field. You can not allow that to happen to you if you listen to your own inner voice. If you attract something with this nuclear shit that's coming over, it doesn't have to kill anybody. It is going to be your ultimate belief system. If you think it's going to kill you, it will. But at the same time, you have to transform that problem, because you are attracting something in your experience. If all of this poison comes over your area, you are attracting it. It's a problem that you are experiencing. And if you listen to yourself and your intuition, you'll heal yourself. And I know that I will be, watching my eating. My like rosemary is going to be a good thing to be taking. But even taking the rosemary, all that does is it puts out a suggestion that this will help you with your immune system, and that helps reinforce your belief systems. So it is mostly a matter of your belief systems, that if you believe you're going to get sick, you will get sick. And it ain't a matter of being in denial. You cannot do this and be in denial of something. It's like, make a complaint and an excuse. Keep focused on those things and listen to your inner self, because your voice will tell you what it is you need. You will always solve every health issue. You can cure cancer. You know how this spontaneous cancer happens? It's the same thing. Uranium poisoning, this Dr. Wolf that created this concept was poisoned with high-grade uranium, and he cured himself of it by using the same tool. You do not have to die from any of this stuff. It just is something harmful to the planet that is harmful, and you are playing a role in the creation of something that's wrong. So you actually have to participate in the solution. Otherwise, they'll kill you. So it is really, really deep shit that you can't just say, oh, it won't harm me. Because that is a form of denial. It's, like if I'm smoking, for me to say I can smoke and it won't hurt me, that's like me being in denial. Like, why do I have the behavior in the first place? Why am I attracting it when I know subconsciously that it is harmful? It is that subconscious that I know is harmful that's creating the behavior that says it's not a good behavior. So it's not like, smoke and think it ain't going to harm me. It will. And if I just think, oh, it won't, I'm in denial there. There is a cause to it, and that cause is like the evil, the problem that I need to transform into the solution. So you can't just sit there with all this toxic waste coming at you saying, it ain't going to touch me. You do have to have that kind of knowing, but you also have to Know why you're attracting it. What is your behaviors? What is your belief? How are you participating in it? And transform that into the solution. And it won't kill you. It has the potential to heal you and give you perfect health. Peace out.